For a very long time now, I've recommended AT&T Prepaid on this channel for some of the best value plans on the AT&T network because they offer amazing value with their plans and affordable prices. But also because they offer truly uncapped data speeds, which you can't exactly say about their competitors. So to ultimately decide whether it's worth it or not, I signed up for 1 month of the AT&T Prepaid 5 gig plan. In this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know about AT&T Prepaid, which plans are actually good, and how the experience is beyond the coverage and plans. So let's get started. AT&T Prepaid has a very interesting selection of plans, so let's look at them now. Their cheapest plan is $25 a month, and for that, you get 8 gigs of data. This is an amazing deal considering that it's a plan directly from AT&T, but there is a catch. The catch is that you have to pay $300 in advance for the entire year with bulk pricing. This is a business model many other carriers use, and it is amazing. But if you're not into paying for a year of service in one go, then the rest of these plans are for you because they are all monthly. Let's start with the 5 and 15 gig plans. These are $30 and $40 respectively, and you get set allotments of data, 5 and 15 gigs. I signed up for the $30 5 gig plan, but honestly, you probably shouldn't. The reason being is that you can get the same amount of data for way cheaper on other carriers, or for the same price, get ridiculously more data. But if unlimited data is your thing, then these next two plans are more suited for you. AT&T Prepaid offers 2 unlimited plans, one of which is absolute garbage, and one of them is probably the best value you can get on the AT&T network. And spoiler alert, Unlimited Plus is the way to go. For the same price with autopay as the standard unlimited plan, you get way more features and a more premium experience. You get 22 gigs of postpaid priority data compared to absolutely none on the baseline plan. Priority data means that when the AT&T towers near you are congested with traffic, you get more capacity and faster speeds as a result of that. Unlimited Plus also offers 10 gigs of hotspot data to share your coverage and internet with other devices. This is compared to the standard unlimited plan, merely upcharging you to get the same feature. You also get much higher quality video streaming at 1080p, and with both plans you get Mexico and Canada usage. Overall, the 8 gig and Unlimited Plus plans are the best ones from AT&T Prepaid, but if you really need to pay monthly and get a cheaper plan than Unlimited Plus, then the 5 gig option is decent as well. Now let's move on to the AT&T network. Obviously, if you get AT&T Prepaid, you get the AT&T network, which has amazing LTE coverage, with increasing amounts of low-band AT&T 5G and also tiny traces of millimeter wave 5G+. Their coverage is the second best in the nation, only within 2% of Verizon's network. But I'd say AT&T's network is better because consistently, AT&T is faster, making their LTE network the fastest in the US. This is backed up by Root Metrics, one of the largest wireless research firms out there. They rank AT&T number 1 when it comes to speeds, as well as data performance. For me, the service definitely delivered. I averaged about 50 megabits per second down and 20 megabits per second up. If you want to check how AT&T's coverage will work for you, I recommend using AT&T's own coverage map on their website, as well as the one from Root Metrics, as they allow you to check specific areas. So what if you want to sign up for AT&T Prepaid? Well, the sign up process is pretty self-explanatory and easy. You go to their website, find the plan you want, and then click select this plan, and choose whether you want to buy a phone from AT&T or use your own. I recommend you bring your own as long as it's compatible with the AT&T network, but if you buy a phone from them, it'll be an upfront purchase given both the phone and service will be prepaid. From there, it'll give you the option to add more lines to your heart's content, and then when placing your order, they don't charge you the cost of the plan up front. All you pay that day is the $5 cost of your SIM kit, or the cost of your AT&T prepaid phone should you choose that option. I got this delivered within 2 days, but you can also buy it at a brick and mortar store if that's more convenient for you. When it arrives, go to this website and enter the required information. When you proceed, this is where you activate and pay for your plan. After you've activated it, you can install the AT&T SIM card in your phone. But now it's time to talk about my experience using AT&T Prepaid. First things first, when you're running low on data, AT&T will send you alerts to let you know, which I find super convenient. They also text you about plan renewals, account updates, and more. But if you want to go further into account management, then you can use the AT&T Prepaid online account dashboard. And the first thing you'll notice is it looks like absolute garbage. The page content only takes up part of the screen, the design is something straight out of 2009, and it's very janky. But putting its looks aside, it's actually quite functional and easy to use. You can view your bill as well as your plan renewal right here, as well as make a payment with a click of a button, and enable or disable autopay. You can also view your data usage to the right, which is very convenient, and there are also a couple of options if you scroll down, including autopay setup, add-ons, the option to switch your plan, or add a line. The add-ons they offer include more data, international calling, purchase blocker, and a very overpriced international roaming option, which is in addition to the cost of your plan. So in summary, the online account management works well for its purpose despite it looking ancient. But now, it's time to talk about the garbage that is the My AT&T application. So normally with your carrier, you'll have an application that allows you to manage your plan, your data usage, and your account and stuff, like for example, the Mint Mobile application. But the My AT&T app is just terrible, just like the website. As you can see when we open the app here, it says good evening and gives me more information about my phone number and my device, well at least they try to. And check that out up there. We have a real-time stopwatch up there, so you no longer need to use the clock app. You can see you can link accounts across different AT&T services. There you go, you got wireless internet, AT&T DirecTV, home phone, stuff like that. You can link that all together, one AT&T account. That's pretty useful to have there, although it probably doesn't need to be presented at the very top there, but it's a good feature to have. However, we have absolutely no information about the plan I'm using, or about my upcoming bill, or about my data usage, which is a problem. At the bottom here we have our shop tab, where you can shop devices from AT&T. It also gives you information about your nearest AT&T store, and also some deals that AT&T is offering with their postpaid and prepaid services. And again, as you can see, you can shop the different devices that are offered, and filter by what type of device, like an AT&T Prepaid phone, a tablet, a smartwatch, hotspot, whatever you want. And at the bottom here we have the support tab, where you can get AT&T support. And this is kind of problematic because it doesn't actually give you any options to actually chat with a support member. They give you the different methods on how you could do it, but they don't actually give you a live chat to do it. You can go to billing and account, and hey, maybe you'd expect to see here stuff about your account and upcoming bill, but as a matter of fact, all it does here is just link you to articles on how to manage your billing and account. That's just kind of useless. Just add that functionality into the app instead of telling people how to do it when, you know, they really can't do it. You can see you have different information here about different things, but it's kind of pointless since you really can't easily access it, which is kind of the whole point of a carrier app like this. And then finally, if you go into the More tab, there we go, you can manage settings about the application. You can explore more applications from AT&T, which they certainly have a lot of options. Share your feedback about the app. Hold on, let me do that real quick. And you see all these options in the More tab, but yet we still don't get information about our plan that we are using, or about our bill, to manage our account, to add money, to get add-ons, or anything like that. All that is done online. So what is the point of this app? I'm just beyond confused on why this app exists if it does nothing. Now, I do know that if you're an AT&T postpaid customer, then the app does at least have some functionality, which is nice, but for prepaid users, there's pretty much no point. It's basically just selling you stuff and showing you how to do things that you really can't do. So, should you sign up for AT&T Prepaid? Well, it's quite a good deal. The biggest thing to consider is if you want to plan on the AT&T network, but if other networks are also great in your area, then it's up against some tough competition. But if the AT&T network is best in your area, then I recommend carriers like Good To Go Mobile, Unreal Mobile, and Red Pocket. They all offer the same AT&T coverage as AT&T Postpaid or AT&T Prepaid, but they are much more affordable than both of those. However, all those options are slightly bogged down by a 75 megabit per second speed cap that AT&T imposes on them. These speeds are perfectly fine, but AT&T Prepaid dodges this bullet by being owned and operated first party. In addition to this slight advantage in speeds, AT&T Prepaid also offers Mexico and Canada roaming, premium features, and so much more that may make them worth it compared to an AT&T MVNO. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications on so you never miss another one, and be sure to let me know if you enjoyed it by smashing that like button. I'm Max, and I'll see you in the next one.